This meeting is being recorded.
So we've seen in the past when we have two of the same groups on a di-substituted alkene, we can use the notation of cis and trans, whether they're on the same side of the double bond, the same plane, or the opposite would be trans. But once we have different groups attached on our carbon-carbon double bonds, we use a different notation called E or Z designation. So we can see down here in these examples, we look at each of our vanillic positions here, and we look for the highest priority group. So we could have a cis, or I'm sorry, we would have a min E, or I'm sorry, a Z on this side, right? Zusammen, they're on the same side. And then over here we have an Entgegen or an E relationship. Our two highest priority groups are all now on opposite sides. So the cis and trans, again, notation only works if we have like groups, but when we have different groups, we have to use E and Z notation. So let's take a look here and see what I pointed on the last slide, but more in a step-by-step process. So we have our vinyl or vanillic position here, and we look at this carbon on our double bond, and we see that we have fluorine, or we have a carbon is our first atom connected to that double bond carbon. And we know that fluorine gets higher priority due to its molecular weight or atomic weight. And then we have over here, nitrogen wins over hydrogen. So both of these are on the same plane. They are on the same side of our double bond. So when we have that, right, we would prioritize our groups. We have the Z notation, as I mentioned, is a German word. Zusammen is used here to represent on the same side. So we have Z notation when they're on the same side, and when they are on opposite over here, we use this term E, which is a German term called Entgegen here. And that's where the E abbreviation comes from. So again, look at each of your two vanillic positions, then prioritize which group is higher priority. If it's on the same side, it would be Z notation. If they are on opposite sides, they would be E or Entgegen notation. And we'll see that we add this E and Z designation for each double bond that we have if there's multiple in a compound, or we will just place it out in front, just like our R and S configuration.